100 aura. Guess what I'm doing today? I'm already out of breath. Just walking up the stairs like up and down probably 4 times. Today's the day I'm finally doing it because it's time. Time to get your life together. Time to get this playroom in order. I'm gonna declutter, clean, organize. I bought some bins to help me organize. Honestly, they were not the bins I initially went for, but they're the bins that they had in stock. A part of me wants to just check like Target app to see if they have what I actually want. Because I really like these bins. They're stackable. They're a really good size for what I'm trying to organize. But this is what they had instead. These like shoebox organizers, which they'll work, I suppose. So we'll see. And as you can see, I've tried to like semi-organize this place in the past. I've got a bin with a Cricut label that says supplies. Come on. As for the rest of this place, it's atrocious. So let me give you a little tour here. So as we're walking up the stairs, this is what we're greeted by. Oh, a bunch of garbage, a bunch of crap, a bunch of arts and crafts in a hamper. And I would love to tell you that this is a temporary solution, but it's been like that since summertime, okay? I'll just give you a glimpse to my right. Ample space. I love the space up here. Such a great area for the kids to run around and jump and play and do whatever the heck they want. The balcony is less than ideal, but that's what we're doing with. That's what we're working with. I am not going in this room today, except for to get what I ordered. See those boxes? Yeah, I have some stuff to put together. Not looking forward to that. I think that's one of the reasons why I put this project off for so long. But I am getting rid of this smaller table. My kids are growing. They're needing more space. And that table has been very great to us, but it's time to move on, okay? Now it's time to say goodbye. And as you can see, the rug, it's looked better. All right, so I have to get my carpet cleaner out and clean this because no stinking way I'm getting another one. I thought about getting another one, like a ruggable one, because it would be easy to wash. And obviously the playroom rug gets dirty pretty often because the kids are up here running, jumping, spilling stuff, painting, arts and crafts, all the things. But I figured I don't really clean it that often anyway. And I love this rug and it was expensive. So I'm gonna keep it and hopefully all of the paint comes off because it is washable, fingers crossed. And you can see my kids are really good about picking up after themselves, unprompted. Over here, as you can imagine, yes, even more arts and crafts and everything. An explosion of everything. I'll open the drawers for you to show you what's in there. This is the toy storage, which has really worked out great. It just needs a little tune-up, okay? A little declutter. Get rid of the stuff that they aren't grabbing for. You know the deal. I also got some artwork for up here, so we'll hopefully, well, when I say artwork, I mean, I bought some frames from IKEA, and what I like to do is get the kids' artwork and put it in the frames, and hopefully we'll have like an art gallery wall up there. That's the hope. I think we've got enough art pieces to throw up there. Trying to keep it fun, funky, fresh, you know, that kind of thing. Our bookcase, that's been working out great. As you can see, my kids love to like put the totes exactly where they go. And then over here, I thought about getting a new play kitchen because, you know, this one is literally like 14 years old. It's been through all of my kids and it still has some life in it. And, you know, there's stickers, there's knobs missing, there's probably the clock is broken, but, you know, even a broken clock is wrong twice a day. So I went against it. I was like, you know what, this is great and it's good enough, right? It's a playroom and I can dig it. This will need some tuning up as well. And I'll share with you my pride and joy. Oh, this thing. Got this puzzle from a thrift store 100 years ago, put it together, and I've had it ever since. That was like high school era. I can't believe it's made it with me through like several moves. I love it. We also have a bathroom up here. I'm not doing much in there. I might tidy up, but who the heck knows? I see like a roll of toilet paper just like pulled apart. Under here is pretty basic. I don't think I'm doing much under there. Garbage can, cleaning supplies. Here, I like to put like concession stand items. As you can see, I'm really good about stocking it. And you can also see which concession items don't do well. All right, we have movie night up here, so the kids grab a snack. They have all their friends and cousins up here. I don't even think we use anything in here. I'm not sure what these remotes even go to. So there's that. We never have this on, so I typically just use it as storage because I don't want to store drinks up here. I just feel like that's a disaster waiting to happen, right? Spills galore. This thing gets so much use. That's not going anywhere. Over here is going to need a lot of our attention. Since we make popcorn a lot, we do have all the accoutrements under here. And this was where we used to store all of our egg cookers, because why is there an egg cooker back there? I just found a Secret Santa gift for this year, everybody. Now, this is where we used to store our board games. But then when the addition got finished and we finally got shelves for the closet down there, that's where we store our board games. So I'm gonna move them on down there. This, oh my gosh, my other magnifying glass. The kids love these things, by the way. I'll be doing a stocking stuffer video. This is fake money, or at least some of it is fake. Fake money these days looks so real. What, you don't go to Chuck E. Cheese this much? This obviously needs my attention. This one over here, same deal, needs my attention. See, I started out okay. I got these organizers from Amazon. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be that woman. And then I wasn't, okay? And then I met myself. Under here, yeah, more board games. I even see some VHSs. I'm pretty sure all of these are empty. All these like organizing bins. Yeah, so I'm gonna bring all the board games downstairs. I even think there's a couple of toy bins behind all of that. This thing I got from IKEA, but we didn't hang it taut enough. So then all the artwork just kind of like falls to the middle there. Could be better, but also kind of love it. This interactive map, they love. It's like a dry erase map, so that's fantastic. It's kind of like find what you like. And then my poor 5th child hasn't even made it up to the wall yet. His frame is probably like broken, not even assembled correctly in my closet. I'm not even sure I have pictures in it yet. Last order of business is this upper cabinet. And as you can tell, also needs my attention, all right? I used to have artwork boxes for each child, but now we just kind of like store whatever in them and keep them all up here. I've got some IYKYK crates. I've got some art supplies. These things can go elsewhere, poker chips and board games and stuff like that. That game Pit is great if you've got a loud family who likes fun. Other than that, as you can see, I've got my work cut out for me. So much so that I don't even know where to start. I have a huge crater on my face and I think I just overcompensated by putting like lipstick on to kind of distract you, but now I just feel really off. So don't mind that, it'll fade in about 30 minutes. Give you an overview up here. See, it's unassuming. You'd be like, oh yeah, this is something, but in my head, so much to do. Well, 20 minutes later, I'm armed with a garbage bag. I don't know what I just said. I finally found something on YouTube to just listen to distract me from whatever the heck my hands are doing. And I realized I need another garbage bag, one for actual garbage, like broken toys. What are we doing here? Okay. And then another bag for the donates. Typically, I would have one of those enormous black garbage bags, but we don't have any. I feel like maybe last year or the year before, it's been a while, and we used to have those like big playhouses, and I don't even know what they were called, but you know what I'm talking about. The like Hot Wheels sets and all of that. It was a nightmare, and I finally just said, I'm letting it go, and my kids can play with other things. And yeah, they do play with other things. Like these, the Legos, the humongous Legos, this is a hit. The Magnetiles, hit. Train sets, hit. I can have as many of those, and that's fantastic. Oh, of course we need to keep this beauty. That is a decor item, and a yes every single time. Okay, I think I already don't want to do this. Too much organizing happening in like 5 seconds in. Oh my goodness, you know what else kids love? Tape. Just get them tape for Christmas. Forget about wrapping the presents with tape, just get them tape. They love it. They keep them busy for literally an hour at least. Like actual office supplies, amazing. That's what they love. Look at this. I didn't think I'd find any scissors up here, but I bet you I'm gonna find a ton because you know what else kids love? Scissors. It is an office supply after all. They definitely shouldn't be keeping my kitchen shears up here, but hey man. Also this viral sink kitchen that was going around for years. I'm wondering if anyone still has one. We got ours late. I feel like it was a gift from last year and really it was going around the year before. I was hoping to find one at the thrift store and because I've seen them a few times. But when I actually got mine, fine. You guys, it sits up there. It always makes such a mess. And I'm like, if he wants to play in the sink, I can just get him a stool. He can play in this one. I'm gonna get rid of it. It's great, again, in theory, and I guess it uses the same water on rotation, so it saves money. But the amount of space it takes up versus the amount of times he asks to play with it, like this, it is not equal. I don't need the visual clutter. Maybe if I can tuck it away somewhere, we'll see. I don't know where to start, so I'm just gonna go from obviously right to left. So I'm just gonna go zoom, zoom, zoom. Make my heart go boom, boom, boom. I should put on a Christmas movie. You know what I started watching last night? Or maybe the night before. My days are running together. I literally couldn't tell you. It's November. It's kind of gross. The new Christmas movie, I think it's on Netflix with Melissa Joan Hart and, oh my gosh, Clueless. Why am I blanking on her name? Cher from you know who I'm talking, Alicia Silverstone. The dynamic duo that is, was, and could be, and forever will be. I actually don't think they've done anything before, but I love them. I started watching it, but I have cinnamon narcolepsy, so I fell asleep. So maybe I'll turn that on, keep me company. So I don't know what I was thinking. I just came in here with a handful of Doritos and a fruit bowl, expecting to do a voiceover and eat at the same time. What? I said, time to get to work, and then you know what happened? A song came on, and I just, kind of takes over me sometimes, especially when I'm doing something I desperately don't feel like doing. But it needed to be done. This playroom for sure needed my full attention. But it's so much more than a playroom, okay? It's basically our guest room. It's a family movie theater. We have family movie night once a week. It's a craft zone. Sometimes a storage unit, okay, on a good day. At least that's how it feels. Like there's glitter everywhere. There's arts and crafts. You name it, okay? All of that is happening here. And because everyone and their cousin literally uses this space, it gets destroyed on the daily. I love how it's out of sight, out of mind. Like it's on the second level. It's not as if we have bedrooms up here. So, you know, I love having this space. It's such a great space for them to have. It's so necessary. But you can tell it definitely needed my attention because I had been neglecting it for far too long. And you know what the notification was for me to like, okay, it's time to get your act together, Kim, is I couldn't close the cabinets. It was getting really bad. Like, you know, I couldn't clean up the drawers without stuff overspilling. And you get what I'm trying to say. Like, that's a clear indication of like, okay, you need to do something about this. So finally I did the thing. I decluttered, I deep cleaned, I reorganized and completely refreshed this space. I didn't do as much as I had planned in my head. I have in the garage. I bought literally a year ago. That's how long I've been wanting to do this. I bought a Melissa and Doug easel, whiteboard on one side, chalk on the other. And I was like, you know, I even bought a whole accessories kit. I'm telling you guys, like I think for summertime, I was like, summertime is the time I'm going to get to going. No, but better late than never. And I didn't even put those things together because first of all, this project took me so much longer than I initially anticipated. And also Wolfgang, for his birthday, from our babysitter, she is literally a saint. She got him an easel. So I was like, okay, that's perfect. So, hey, if you hear screaming, there's a birthday party going on in my house. So hopefully there's good screams, okay? So what was I talking about? Decluttering? Yeah. In total, I filled like, I don't even know, at least 4, 5, 6. I want to say like 6 garbage bags. I lost count, but it was a lot. And I felt really good about it. Garbage bags meaning like some garbage, some donate. And it was a good spread. Okay. And the feeling I got after, I can't even explain to you. having the cabinets being able to close is everything. Okay, everything feels lighter. It's visually lighter, mentally lighter, just exactly what I wanted. And now when someone opens a drawer, they won't get attacked by like, I don't know, something spewing out at them, because I can actually open and close them without things getting stuck. And that is everything. It's genuinely one of the most used rooms in the house. Kids are in and out, and then their friends come over, their cousins come over. It's basically a theme park, okay, without the entrance fee. I should start charging, actually. There's always kids rolling around, dumping toys out, painting, crafting, like glitter explosions. You guys have seen the... Remember when we first moved in, there was like kinetic sand, but one of the kids like mixed it with, I mean, it was a revolving door. We had like a million cousins over. One of them mixed it with water or something. It was like pink, glittery, kinetic sand. It ruined my tables. Okay, it ruined them. I have yet to buy new ones, and it's been, what, 4 years? I guess I got to get on that, or I'll do it eventually. But kids are always in and out, and there's always stuff happening. If it makes a mess, it's happening in this room, essentially. All right. And I'll be honest, one of my favorite things about this room is that it's upstairs. And if it's a disaster, I can just pretend that it doesn't exist. But, you know, it caught up with me. So I finally came up here and did something about it. And one thing I've really learned is that kids play so much better with less stuff. When everything is piled on top of everything else, they don't even know what to pick up. So it's overwhelming, and there's research behind that. I'm sure you know about it. I'm sure I've shared a few tidbits of it with you when I've decluttered different rooms in the house. But once I cleared things out, they immediately gravitated toward the toys we kept. And, you know, I have a pretty good indication of what they gravitate towards, what they play with, what they, you know, typically stray away from. And so I'd like to think that I kept their favorites. I probably, if I'm being honest, kept too many things in my mind. I feel like I could have got rid of a little bit more, but especially with the little one, like, okay, hold on. We forget that too many choices overwhelm kids just like it overwhelms us. And so less noise, less clutter, and fewer toy options means more creativity, more focused play, fewer tantrums. I mean, ideally, it depends on how old they are. But this whole decluttering journey I'm on, it is 100% ongoing, especially with little ones and the holidays and everyone's birthdays coming up. It never ends. And now is the perfect time to purge. We all know there's going to be an influx of new toys. It's about to hit, okay? It's about to hit this house with birthdays and the holidays. So this was like the best time to do it. And if you're doing it too, if you have toys in good condition, you can donate them, or to earn a little, you know, holiday money, you can post them on Facebook Marketplace. Truly a win-win. Earn a little bit of extra money, clear out this space, let another family enjoy them. Absolutely amazing. And even if you just like post them on Marketplace and put it for free, you know, sometimes that's if you have the mental capacity, one, to do that, two, the space, because I know if I keep things around, my kids will be scrounging around and, you know, going through them. But if you have a space in your garage where you can, you know, keep those things for someone to come pick them up, sometimes that's better than just donating them to a place, because you know they're going to make to a good home, you know, and plus it's actually free. So I decluttered Meredith's room recently. I decluttered the kitchen. You guys, I've been on a roll. And now the playroom. Next up is probably my closet. And then after that, who knows? Maybe I'll actually keep up with things for once. A girl can dream, okay? But it's so hard. Like even the minimalists I follow, they're constantly decluttering. They're constantly, because it's something that is ongoing. You have to keep up with it, especially with kids. You know, we're inundated with stuff. Even as adults, we buy things, we rotate through them, our styles change, yada, yada. So it's just like an ongoing thing. And I do have a fun fact for you. Kids only play with about 20% of their toys, 80% of the time. Okay, let that one sink in. It's like the same deal with our clothes in our closet. We've heard that statistic before. Like we only wear 20% of our clothes 80% of the time. Same thing with their toys. So another fun fact, glitter multiplies when left unattended. That's scientifically proven, okay, by my children. Every house that has one cabinet that you pray no one asks about, that you pray that no one opens, that you hope that the child lock is on tight, okay? And this room has about 8. Every cabinet, I feel like first of all, I had a lot of the mental load of, what am I trying to say? The mental load of deciding what to do with everything, where to put everything, what am I keeping, what am I organizing up here? So some things were an easy yes, like popcorn obviously is staying up here, and I'm so happy with the way that I finally organized it. And the laser tag game that we have, I might switch it with the popcorn, but it makes sense for the popcorn to be closest to the popcorn machine. But will it really be that different if it's one cabinet over? I don't know. Time will tell. But the cabinet that has the plug that would be ideal for like keeping the laser tag blasters plugged in, you know what I mean? Is by the popcorn machine. So I might switch that. That might be the only change that I make. But other than that, I'm so happy with the way that things turned out in here. Oh my goodness. Watching really sappy, cheesy, Hallmark style Christmas movies. It's exactly what I need to disassociate from whatever the heck I'm doing. And man, it hit the spot. I watched a video that was like an hour long. I don't know how long this movie is, but it has 10 minutes left on it. It's the ending, oh my gosh. I just started weeping. Was not expecting that. And I have a feeling there's even more to come. I did get labels for these baskets, so I don't know where the labels are. This is the problem with being a type B mom. I don't know where I put things. I'm pretty sure it's in my closet, fingers crossed, because I put it in a safe place. So that way, when I tackled this project, I would know exactly where to go to get it. But now I'm like, I have no idea where to go to get it. So hopefully they're in my closet. That's one place I haven't checked. I think I just came up with an idea in my mind. So we do popcorn. Well, we do popcorn, brownie Friday, family movie night, whatever, like Friday nights, sometimes Saturday if we have stuff going on. But we always try to do it at least once a week, summertime more. Short story long, all the seasonings are in here. And like, I don't know, you just gotta like, which one do I want? So I'm wondering if I could kind of line them up here, so they can just kind of pick, shimmy, shake, put it back. So that's my plan with that. I need to get all of this stuff out of the basket and into different baskets. Is that counterproductive? Listen, I feel like I've been up here a long time. I'm sweating. I've come a long way, but there's so much more to do. And honestly, it looks worse up here. It always looks worse before it gets better. I get that. But in my head, I'm like, you have done absolutely nothing. Why are you even doing this? But I have 2 garbage bags. I have 1 donate bag and stuff I'm donating that doesn't fit in bags. So essentially 2 donate bags if I were to get another garbage can. So there is progress happening. I feel like it's very slow. I feel like I'm just trudging through quicksand. And then I'm at like a mental block because all of this stuff has stayed in a basket for so long because I don't know what to do with it. But I know if it stays in this basket, like no one, you know what I mean? Like if this was out laying on the counter, my kids would be like, oh, I want to do this craft. But it's just in here and they're not going to look in here. So I need to find a way to like display it or like have a bin, crafts to do. It sounded like I said crap because I have Invisalign trays. It's so hard to talk with them sometimes when they're fresh and tight. Okay, I think I just needed to look at the sunshine and get some fresh air and like step outside. Maybe I should open the window, even though it's like 85 degrees outside today. What? All right, I'm gonna pull my leggings up and we're gonna get back to business. I'm probably gonna cry a little bit more once I watch the ending to this movie, which is like 5 out of 10. It's like a Hallmark movie, so base it on that. I won't watch it again, but it won't be a classic traditional holiday movie for me, but it filled a gap for what I needed it for. Okay. I'm already feeling overwhelmed. I'm like, bubbles? What am I gonna do with bubbles? I don't know. Bring it outside, right? Because that would be the logical thing to do. I've already run up and down these stairs like 5 times trying to get all the board games down. So I'm just trying to make like a humongous pile of stuff that goes downstairs. Okay, no big deal. This isn't even like a crazy big basket. It's not, look, crafts to do. I should get my labels before I forget what I'm putting in this basket, you know? Also stuff like this, it's so hard. I'm like, I think she kind of likes this. She plays with stuff like this, but like she has other things kind of like this. So I'm like, what? I just need to, oh! Mr. Sketch scented markers. Oh man, see, I can't get distracted otherwise. I actually think they still sell these. I got these from the thrift store. You can tell, like this box is probably the old style box. I wonder if there's a date on here. Wouldn't that be amazing? What's even more amazing is that I found, like I get arts and crafts from the thrift store all the time, like great quality ones. And sometimes they're really old, but they're still like totally fine to do crafts with. They're really great price. They're crafts, so the kids are just gonna like make some stuff and then it's not gonna last forever. I digress. I found an old box of crayons with like other supplies. It comes in, it's like a grab bag kind of thing. So I brought that home, and Eleanor collects the dandelion crayons, and she found some more. I was like, oh my gosh, where did you get those from? And she said, oh, the crayons you got from the thrift store. So like thrifting for the win every single time. But these markers, these have got to be like cancer causing. There's no way these are good for us. But I do remember being in elementary school, just sitting there like huffing all of the markers, you know. But much to my surprise, they actually still sell these, that I have actually seen them on some people's, you know, what to get my kids for Christmas, stocking stuffer ideas list. And I'm like, I have some of those. So I'm glad I found these. My hope was to organize all of the craft supplies in like smaller containers. So I do have these, which I might do like markers, because the bigger ones that I got don't fit. Slash, I also, later today, we have to go out anyway. The kids have a big recital at their school. I'm literally like dripping sweat. They have a recital at their school. So I'm wondering if I should just stop by our Target, see if they have the bins that I actually like, because the ones I bought don't fit in the cabinet, but the ones that I actually wanted do. Fingers crossed. I don't know. I feel like we just needed that little intermission. I needed to stop crying. I needed to get my mental clarity on what I'm doing. I'm glad we talked that out. Okay, back to it then. Do it, lady. Oh, and more scissors. See, what's the deal with scissors? The packaging, you need scissors to open the scissors. Isn't it ironic? Like rain on your wedding day. It's a free ride, but you already paid. There used to be like, oh, there we go. There used to be like 7 pairs of scissors in there. None. They never get put back where they belong. We're working on it though. We had a family meeting the other day. Like, listen up, kids. Know what I mean? A real heart to heart, if you will. I get demonetized again. I can't keep singing like this. Okay, crafts to do young edition, crafts to do old edition. Resin coasters. My little ones aren't gonna care. They're gonna rip into this. So I might have to bring this stuff. These are just like summer crafts we, you know, never got around to doing because they were, oh, you can make a collage. Oh, the shrinky dinks. Skinamarinky dinky dink, skinamarinky. Ooh, I love you. That's enough of that. I love you in the morning and underneath the moon. I'm gonna create a little Hobby Lobby up in here, I gotta turn this on, otherwise I'll keep talking nonsense. Don't give me the conscience and nonsense. Name that movie. Totally underrated flick, by the way. That movie is so good. Wonka, if you don't know, the one with Timothée Chalamet. I feel like no one talked about that. It's one of our favorites. Oh, yeah. Ah! I thought it was a bug, but it's just like an, it's like one of those eyeshadow foam brushes. Oh, scary.
So for the big kid toys, I ended up, well, I think I end up I ended up bringing those in Eleanor's room She's our crafty gal. She's got ample space in those new built-ins that she has. So I just threw them down under there. And I know like whenever she has friends over, they usually, well, not a bunch of friends all together, but if she's got one friend hanging out, they usually do a craft together, something along those lines. And I think I'm watching the end of the movie. I don't know why I'm freaking out. I can't remember. But I do know that whatever song was playing on the credits, I was jamming out to that. I was happy with the ending of the movie. It's a very predictable, it is a classic Hallmark style cheesy movie. I mean, there was no bakery involved, but she did own a business. So there's that. But it was good stuff. And if you have any recommendations, because they all literally look exactly the same, very similar. I need exact titles. Okay? Thank you so much.
So the cabinets are looking real fresh, but everything else around here is looking pretty rough. Okay, like I'm needing to tidy up a lot. So no time like the present to just lock and load. I have to remind myself all of these are empty, and I got this one specifically just for arts and crafts. But a lot of times, I'm like out of breath for dancing for 4 seconds. A lot of times they will get integrated into the toys or all crazy and mixed up. So I might label them, not that my kids would like put them back peacefully, but we can hope, right? And while we're on the subject, this is my last garbage bag up here, by the way. It'll probably be a month before I bring another roll up here. Were you guys influenced, 2, 3, 4 years ago to like unbox all of your board games and put them in a bag like this? Has it worked out for you? Are you the unicorn? I'm gonna tell you something. Whenever I'm looking for a board game, I think because I didn't do all of mine, and we have like multiple Scrabble games, multiple Sorry games, multiple, I'm Canadian all of a sudden, but we have multiple games. So whenever I'm looking for that, and then I think, oh, if I don't see it, it's not in here. So this doesn't work for my brain that didn't do it to every single thing. So I kind of regret doing this, but you know, I lived my life. Short story long, I'm donating the rest of these bags. Well, now I'm second guessing. What else could I use that for? I bought a huge one for artwork, and that has been working out, but otherwise, I think I'm gonna get rid of those.
Update. I did end up getting rid of those bags. I just feel like at my stage of life, if I want down the road to have more of those bags, I will order some. But I don't see myself grabbing them in the foreseeable future, you know? And that's a prime example of like whatever toys are out, kids will play with. Those like puzzles have been shoved in the back corner since we moved up here. And unless I'm intentionally bringing them out saying like, hey, let's do these blocks, you know? He doesn't ask to play with them, but if they're out, he gravitated toward them right away and started playing with them. Solid 10 minutes, okay? I was up here for so long, I had such a problem. All these teeny tiny little things. Where does this thing go? Where does that go? Where's the best place for me to access this? Where will I remember it is? All these things, right? So it was very, very time consuming. And of course, I found more ultrasound photos. That is what you saw. But I was very impressed. I was like, you know what? This is it. If you leave toys out and they will gravitate toward them, okay? And I have noticed if you put a whole bunch of things in one bin, that's my plan in the future to label the bins even. And listen, I don't know if the kids will follow the rules, and likely they will not. And especially when they have friends over, cousins over, whatever, they don't care. We've noticed when, friends, cousins, whatever, they just, when it's cleanup time, bring it all in a bin. And you know what? That's fine as long as it looks tidy. I'm okay with that. What was I going to say? I don't remember. But the bins, I did get rid of some of those. I stored some in the mini fridge that we have up here. It's such a great extra storage space. I'm telling you, okay? I'd rather have it as storage than, a place for drinks that are just going to spill all over the floor. But the bins, I put like construction paper in some, and I had something in the other ones. And then I organized all of the other things, kind of like a micro organization. So I, did instead of having macro, which is what I typically do, like a big basket with everything. I don't know where this cheese came from, by the way. I don't shop at Walmart. Why is there a packet of cheese upstairs? Like, I don't know what was happening up here, but there it was. Anyway, I typically do macro organization, which is like one bin, throw all the stuff in. It's fine. That's like the easiest way, right? Well, this time I did micro organizing, whereas like one bin had markers, one bin had crayons, one bin had stickers and something else. One bin, I don't know, I labeled them eventually. And even labeling them took so much mental energy and time to do it. And I was like, this is why being organized is not everyone's forte. Because, you know, it's a lot. Is for me anyway. I don't know. For some people, maybe it comes naturally to them, but especially when I think for me, I was trying to figure out what bins to use, and I knew which bins I wanted, but didn't have access to. And so I just kind of had to use what I had on hand. And I was getting upset. I was like, they don't even sell them anymore. And I don't know what it said, maybe in stock, but you can't ship them. But I went to the store and they ended up not having them. They had a couple of other ones, but no lids to them. And I was just like, forget it. I'm just going to use the bins that I know Target sells all the time. I took a clip of this. This was all the donate stuff, but some of that might have been keep. I don't know. But this was after we had brought stuff already down to a couple garbage bags of donate and then at least one full bag of trash. Like we had a lot. We had a lot going on, not going to lie. But this time to clean the carpets. Listen, this took forever too. I vacuumed and then I moved on to deep cleaning this carpet, which for sure needed it. And I brought out we've got a Bissell, which is like my best friend. Love it so much. I don't use it nearly as much as I probably should, but I do plan on cleaning the rest of the carpet in this playroom because it is absolutely trashed. It's filthy. So I need to do that, and it won't take as long because, you know, this took a while. One, I had white spots that I just wanted to get up. Cleaning this carpet alone probably took an hour and a half. I sped up the footage to be just a few minutes. But the paint spots were very difficult to come out. And I thought, it's washable. It'll just come out. No, eventually, but after swiping over it a million times, this shot alone, I was like, this is worthy of, this makes it worth it, you know? So I was really happy to see that progress. I mean, listen, it is kind of nasty. It's like, oh, really? The before and after, but also somewhat satisfying. So I'm happy about it. And I moved on to the rest of the carpet. But even these swipes, if I showed you how slow I was actually going, barely moving, you'd think I was moving in reverse. That's how slow I was moving, just to make sure it was really churning everything up. And this Bissell is great. We've had it for years. I love it so much. I don't think it matters. I think all the carpet cleaners kind of work the same way. You know what I mean? And for a second, I thought, man, I should just go get my handheld one and just go over these spots so I know exactly where it's going. But this seemed to do the trick. It was doing really well. I would say this is more heavy duty than my handheld one, but I don't really know the science behind it. I did end up I didn't have a carpet cleaner. I know Folex is numero uno. I know it's the best. I thought I had some. I couldn't find it. So I ended up just using laundry stain remover. And you know what? Not gonna lie, it worked. So I just kept using that. I sprayed it, and then I have a little cleaning brush that I just scrubbed it in, and it seemed to loosen it up enough. So then when I went over it with the carpet cleaner, it kind of came up a little bit easier. So that was really nice. A little hack, a little trick. And I really love this carpet. And I 1000% have thought about getting a Ruggable because of all of the glitter explosions and the paint spatters and all the junk that happens up here. But, one room at a time for the Ruggable rugs. I just ordered one for the living room and Meredith's room because she really needed one. So I'm super hyped about that, pumped about it, and happy to get all of the recommendations from you guys to do so. And this night, I was kind of rushing too. So I would have spent more time on it, even more time than an hour and a half. I'm pretty sure it was around an hour and a half. It could have been longer, it could have been shorter. But we had to leave. Like we were leaving, we were going to, our kids had a thing. Oh, and Alex ran up here to tell me something with like the dirtiest, he was about to run in the shower. He was outside shoeless, but that's what happened. And I was like, are you joking? Get the heck out of here. Hold on, someone's at my front door. I'll be right back. I was really trying to clean up until the very last second. I needed to go get changed before we needed to leave. So this blue paint stain, the bane of my existence. But looking back from what it did look like to now, 100% better. So I'm happy with the results, but you know, still could be some cleaning to do. And then that white spot up top, I haven't even gotten to that yet. I'm not gonna lie, okay? It's been like 4 days. I thought, oh my gosh, this project has been taking me so long. I don't even have time to finish it. So eventually I'll get to that, you know, all in good time, maybe next year, right? I moved on to Alex and our neighbor are helping me put the chairs together. My dreaded task. So I'm so glad that they did this. I was dreading it. And I opened the box and I said, what the heck is this? Did they send me furniture for ants?
Oh, well, hey, it's a new day. And we just tried to put the table and chairs together. They are not the size that I thought it was in my head. It's like, it's similar, you can't see, all you see are a bunch of boxes, but they're kid-sized chairs. And then I looked back and I was like, surely this is not what I ordered. No, yes, it's exactly what I ordered. I don't know what I was thinking. Did I not get a tape measure out? I feel like I did. I feel like I remember coming up here and measuring out. I'm gonna put it together anyway, but I told Alex as he was up here helping me, wait, don't put that together. That chair looks teeny tiny. On my way home from the gym this morning, I stopped by Target. I got a few bins. So just to like reset my mind, I'm gonna finish organizing the crafts and containers and stuff. And then I'll work on the tables. And then I'll finish the carpet because I couldn't finish that last night. We had a little event to go to, which we have another one to go to tonight. So I just feel like I need to get this done and leave it. I thought, oh, this playroom is gonna be so transformed. I don't think you're gonna notice I did anything. Artwork on the wall and then we'll finish up. The one pro for sure is that you're definitely gonna notice that I cleaned the rug, because that thing was absolutely trashed. All right, what are we doing here? We got stickers, we got some paint palettes, we got some markers.
So while they were putting the chairs and table together, did I explain to you they were the chairs that I ordered? I couldn't believe it. It is bigger than what we had, but it's not what I imagined. But it works out totally fine. It's growing with them. Maybe we'll get an even bigger one in a few years from now, but that will, you know what, I hope, who knows, time will tell. The markers and stuff, while they were putting the chairs together, I was doing this, organizing these bins and such. Oh, I did one for stamps, that's right. And my kids love doing stamps, but I've been keeping them in Meredith's room, just for no good reason. So they would do it in her room, but then they make such a mess. And I'm like, oh, I can't make a mess in there. And I just needed to bring them up here. I'm so glad I did that. Ink pads are on the list for Christmas so they can do more of it, more stamps, because throughout the year, sometimes I just declutter them when I'm in like that mood. But now that I have a specific space for them, I feel like, you know, we can grow this. And I kept a basket up here. The only real game I kept up here is Hullabaloo. Such a great game for the kids. Interactive, easy for them to set up on their own, independent play, all that good stuff. Even as young as like Wolfgang will bring it out if Wolfgang and Meredith are upstairs. Like they'll play together on their own, no help from me, and it's fantastic, okay? We all deserve to have toys like that, you know? So Hullabaloo is a good one. I'm labeling all of the bins. Popcorn, these are nice labels, by the way. They like hopefully are gonna stick on. They're the same ones or similar design to what we bought for our laundry bins, and those have stayed on for the most part. I think these are a little better, if I'm being honest. They're like a newer model, if you will. So what I did want to, for the table and chairs, this is from Pottery Barn, by the way, and I bought it. I looked back at my order. This was like in May. I bought this in May, okay? So finally getting back to it. I just kept thinking, if I ordered the wrong one, I can't return it. So we're stuck anyway. So anyway, they put that together. I'm really glad that they did. One thing that I didn't show you is that I also ordered a protective sheet for the table. You guys saw when I did Meredith's room redo that I bought a little table and chair set secondhand. It was Pottery Barn, so it was really nice quality. Same exact chairs, so now we have 6 of those chairs. Amazing. I knew I bought it for a reason. And I did buy a protective sheet for the top of this table because they've already ruined the one down below, but I ordered the same thing in like May, you know? And just like that, they got the table and chairs done. I'm sure I explained all about the woes of that. I'm so relieved that they put this together. It's honestly like one of my least favorite things, putting things together. I don't know, it's just like time consuming and it's boring. What a load off. Man, I'm so grateful they did that. While they were doing that, I was still organizing some bins, still kind of am. It's a work in progress. Alex went through his poker chips and I went through my kids' artwork and picked out the supreme pieces. Honestly, it's hard trying to find like good pieces from everyone involved. So everyone is represented. Now that I'm looking at the wall, I'm like, that's a lot smaller than I thought it was. I have a lot of frames that I got from IKEA. Best place to get frames because they're affordable. Plastic, like it's not glass, it's plastic, which is a plus, especially for a playroom. And all right, I'm gonna get to sorting that and figuring that out. I need to find some thumbtacks because you know I'm gonna hang them with thumbtacks. No nails here. Ah, yes, the picture wall. I bought way too many frames. I had so many pictures, but this is what I narrowed it down to in my head. You know, I'm trying to represent every child and make sure there's a nice array of different styles of pictures too. Of course, you can interchange them, but we all know I won't do that. Okay, so whatever is in here now will be up there for the next 20 years or until we move or until I die. Okay, so I know they sell the frames that you can just open up and push a picture in, but one, it's all the same size, okay? None of these are the same size. 2, they're expensive from what I've seen, like $40 expensive. But then I think you guys told me or someone told me you can find them for a reasonable price. So do whatever the heck floats your dang boat. This is what I ended up doing. I liked how it turned out, and this was the 3rd day. If you see me in different leggings in a different outfit, that's because the sun is now down and I bought thumbtacks, finally. I looked all around my house, couldn't find thumbtacks, finally found them. And I put all these pictures in the frames while I was eating my lunch, cheese and crackers. And this is even another day. Yes, amazing. This is this day, the day we're having the birthday party. I was like, I gotta finish this room. The kids are gonna come up here and destroy it. I just wanna get good clips of it before they all come up here and just run amok. So I did put that protective sheet on the table, and I'm just giving you an overview of what it looks like now. I did not venture into that, like a movie room, if you will. And I don't even know what to do in there, guys. I bought a couch and there's a couple of tables that are destroyed and I'm just like, that's good enough, right? The lights are always off. No one's looking at it. There's some posters on the wall, but this playroom looks so much better. Does it look better? Does it look the same? Doesn't matter because it feels different. And I did little touches to make it even more personalized, even more superior. That table alone, listen, I'm glad that we got that set up because that has been like, what, 6 months in the making? Even more in my brain. That picture Avelina drew when she was like 3, okay? How has it stuck around this long? Snaps. A couple of these are Avelina's. I did my art wall downstairs, I don't know, it's summertime, and I love it so much, but not everyone sees it down there, so I knew I wanted to do something up here as well, which also not everyone gets to see, but that's okay. It's mostly for us. We live here. The baskets are all organized. One is empty, room to grow. Love having to, keeping space for room to grow. Also, the popcorn, I think we need a little bit more white cheddar, not sure, but that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching, hanging out, organizing, decluttering, and being a friend. If you want to, subscribe. There is so much more happening in my future, and I'll see you next time. Bye.